Critical Reflection by Ruby Shields. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? My magazine doesn't challenge most conventions. I wanted it to flow and agree with conventions to seem more pleasing. It incorporates and defies stereotypes, as the cover features a female and the feature article is an interview with a successful woman in lacrosse. The assumption would be that males are better at lacrosse than women, but my magazine is based on the idea that it doesn't matter what gender you are. I suspect that my readers will fall under the explorer category because explorers generally tend to seek discovery, which could include outdoors and sports. The gender stereotype doesn't necessarily support my target audience because my audience would most likely fall under upper middle class, as it is an expensive sport, and the majority would be males ranging from 16 to 24 in a high school or college in the United States. Does your magazine fit with cultural expectations of your genre or target audience member? What is it they want or desire, and how are you offering it to them? My magazine doesn't fit with my target audience's cultural expectations because I'm following social beliefs and because my target audience would want my magazine to be digital, because it is easier to access. They want easily accessed information, and I'm offering a digital magazine, which is easy to acquire. Consider your other publications and compare and contrast yours with theirs. Are you sticking with conventions or challenging them? Other publications are more bland and boring. They don't have as much information as my publication, and mine is more entertaining and captivating. I incorporate bold colors that complement my magazine and main images. I stuck with conventions to make sure my publication flows and is visually appealing. I wanted my magazine to stand out from others and still catch readers' attention while maintaining social conventions. Consider your competition. Do you stand out? My publication stands out because it is bold and colorful. It gives more interesting information than my competition, and the information is well laid out. The text is easily read and it flows, and it captures the reader's attention. How does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as real media text? My product engages the audience by providing interesting knowledge, and it keeps the audience entertained. It would be distributed as real media text because it would be a physical and digital magazine. It can be easily analyzed and distributed, and its purpose would be to inform and entertain. What is it about your magazine that appeals to the psychographic ID of your target audience member? What are they picking up or buying your magazine, and why will they continue to purchase it? My magazine appeals to the psychographic ID of my target audience because explorers tend to like discovery, which is new and interesting information, and initiative products, which is my publication, because it is a digital and paper copy. They will be buying my magazine online and in stores, and they will continue to purchase it because I will continue to provide riveting and entertaining information in my magazines. How does your house style appeal to your target audience member? Are you following conventions or not? My house style appeals to my target audience because it is bold and recognizable. My publication is visually appealing and is laid out well. Yes, I am following design conventions to make my magazine look more aesthetically pleasing and professional. My magazine catches my readers' attention initially because of the design aspects and bold complementary colors. Consider distribution. My publication would be distributed hybrid. They would be online and in stores with the option to have them mailed to my readers. This makes it easy for the reader to access my magazine and give them multiple options for how they want to receive my magazine. How did your production skills develop throughout this project? My production skills have drastically improved as I have worked through my magazine. My photography has advanced as I have learned how to take visually appealing pictures and have taken lighting, color scheme, exposure, and depth of field into consideration when taking pictures. My graphic design skills have developed as I can now identify graphic design elements and complementary techniques. I have learned how to implement lines, shapes, colors, textures, space, and images into my graphic designs. These help to make my magazine more appealing, and throughout the process of making my publications, my skills have improved. How did you integrate technologies in this project? I integrated technologies into my project such as editing and layout programs. These programs help me to organize and upgrade my magazine. I used editing programs to edit all of my pictures, which enhanced and added to the visual aspect of my magazine. I used layout programs to organize many parts of my pages of my magazine, and they helped me improve the flow of my publication. What were the breakthroughs in developing a title or devising a cover image? One breakthrough in developing a title was that I knew I wanted to incorporate something from lacrosse into it, but I wasn't sure what would work. So I started researching other magazines and saw Fishing Experts as a title, and I knew if I changed the fishing to stick that it would work. I was stressed that my cover image was difficult to produce and edit, but when I finally found the picture and filters that worked for my magazine, it relieved my stress because I knew that it was visually appealing. How were particular technical challenges overcome? I had many server issues and difficulties downloading particular files, but I overcame them by changing the type of file that I was downloading, so they would compute with my editing programs. What new understanding was gained at key points in the process? I understood that many errors were fixable and that there was more than one way to get a solution. I became more open-minded and technologically inclined. Is the final product successful? According to what criteria? Yes, the final product is successful according to social criteria and basic conventions.